This next group, it's funny. In previous demo days, I've seen games have been an extremely popular category, sometimes up to 35 or 50% of a cohort makes games. Remarkably few games this time around. Maybe this cohort's just an especially serious one. I don't know if that's true. I'm seeing some shaking heads. In any case, this next group did inject a bit of fun. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Bruce, and these are my teammates, Dongwoo, Philip, and Connor. And we are the developers of Kingdom. So Kingdom is a location-based role-playing game to help you get to know your neighborhood. Think Game of Thrones meets Foursquare. So once you log in, you pledge your allegiance to your kingdom, which is the neighborhood where you live. And as you make your way around your city, you're able to explore and find new restaurants and events. And this is based on Foursquare's API. Now, with each check-in that you make, your account grows and you unlock new avatars like a knight or the highest level, a king. Additionally, your kingdom grows stronger as well. And you compete with your friends and their kingdoms for supremacy. So we built this game in React and Redux on the front end and Node and Postgres on the back end. So here's Dongwoo to discuss the user experience.
This is our website. Let's play now. You can see dashboard, real-time updating, what is happening around neighbors. I'm coding for so long, I need some massage. Let's just search for a good massage place. When you search, some place will appear near you. So let's check it out. You can click one of them and 74 people check in, maybe not really great. 564 people check in. Oh, let's check in. In order to check in, you have to be at that location. So for the demo purposes, I will show you how it works. You can click one of the castles like this yellow one. And when you check in, boom, change the blue color. What happened? Let's check the detail. Kingdom is Limburg, King is Doctor Who, Keeper is Doctor Who. By the way, I'm Doctor Who. I colonize this place. And there is also leaderboard. It shows top 10 the kingdoms, users, and establishment. So you can check what was happening while you sleep. You can see blue castles flew from the Limbo to the Manhattan. Look at all activities. Now I'm passing to Phyllis.
Thanks, Dongwoo. I'm going to talk about some of the design elements of our project, and here you can see some of our many map views. From the get-go, we were very intentional about how we wanted our game to look and feel. We're a medieval themed app, so we took a lot of cues from retro styles and old school fantasy and adventure role-playing games. For example, our main button interface is inspired by some of the older Legend of Zelda titles you guys might recognize, the way the player's items are always mapped visibly on screen. And we wanted some very retro styles, but at the same time, we wanted to find that good middle ground. We were looking to make an app that felt very accessible and contemporary, something that was very easy to use and intuitive, that you could use every day, and was also map focused, such as Yelp or Uber. And each step of the way, we made sure that it would look handsome on browser as well as mobile. And we also wanted the user to feel like they were in a very interactive and responsive environment. So to do this, we utilized a lot of CSS animations and React CSS transition groups. This helps draw the user's attention when there are changes to state, such as loading or network events from other users. And also our maps can change themes depending on the time of day or what level of experience the user is at. And we just wanted the user to feel like they were in a very socially connected environment. Now I'm going to pass it to Connor for some back-end logic.
Thanks, Phil. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our game rules and how we implemented them on the back end. As Bruce mentioned earlier, when a user signs up for our game, they're assigned a kingdom based on where they live. The goal of our game is to conquer as many establishments for your kingdom as possible. But how do you do this? Well, each kingdom has a castle for every establishment they've checked into. When a user checks into an establishment, they add to their castle's strength. The kingdom with the strongest castle conquers that establishment. When we were designing our game, we quickly realized that our game logic heavily relied on this complex web of associations. We thought about using a non-relational database, but then we realized that certain features of SQLize, such as getter methods and eager loading, would be really beneficial to us. So we ended up developing our backend with PostgreSQLize. We also very quickly settled on this idea for Kingdom. We sort of recognized that a lot of people in the city take pride in their neighborhoods. We thought if we made a game that competed neighborhoods against each other, people would be really drawn to it. So if you love your neighborhood like we do, you should check out Kingdom today. Thank you.
All right, vote for Kingdom. Like the post, like their pinned comment.
I think that experience was very well designed, and I like how they really thought about like how a user would be going around and like actually physically visiting things and competing in the game.
I also think it's incredible in 2.5 weeks to not only have something working. I mean, to have something working at all in 2.5 weeks is incredible, but to have something that is also where they thought about the UI and also the design, right? They clearly had put some thought into the style and, designed animated graphics, or even if they found, I mean, the fact that all that had been assembled and something that looked quite usable was very impressive. It looks fun. I like games that are real world rather than just arcade, because they kind of get you out of the chair.
Yeah, as one of our teaching fellows who is a self-proclaimed Foursquare addict said, I would definitely play that game.